Chapter 11. Let's rest.
After the whirlwind adventure, the trio decided they deserved a well-earned break. They transformed their golden beds into a haven of comfort, complete with feather pillows and blankets made from the finest materials Eldoria had to offer. As the night descended, Alex, Johnathan, and Lorenzo lay in their beds, each lost in their thoughts. Johnathan, the jester of the group, couldn't resist the urge to add a comedic touch to their peaceful night.
Hey, Mr. Know Everything, did you know that a group of flamingos is called a flamboyance? You finally found your squad.
Johnathan teased, earning a laugh from Alex.
Oh, please, Johnathan. If I had a squad, it would be a squad of geniuses, not flamboyant flamingos.
Alex retorted, playing along with the banter. Lorenzo, who had been silently observing, decided to join the fun.
Well, Alex, maybe you're the genius of our group, but Johnathan is the roast master. He just roasted you harder than a marshmallow over a campfire.
The trio burst into laughter, turning their room into an impromptu comedy club. They exchanged playful banter, each taking turns roasting the others until they were breathless with laughter. As the night progressed, Lorenzo decided it was time to introduce a different kind of entertainment. He pulled out a storybook, complete with illustrations of their hilarious escapades. Lorenzo, with his storytelling finesse, recounted their adventures in a whimsical manner that had his friends in stitches. The tales of their encounters with Professor Viridium, the ghostly visitation by Pele, and their extravagant spending spree in Eldoria Primary School were retold with a comedic twist. Lorenzo's narration had a magical quality, turning their already amusing adventures into a bedtime story fit for a royal court. Amid the laughter, Lorenzo couldn't resist multitasking. While regaling his friends with the bedtime tales, he discreetly worked on his laptop, perhaps concocting new schemes or jotting down ideas for the trio's next comedic caper. As the night wore on, the trio found themselves drifting into a peaceful sleep, still smiling from the joyous moments they had shared. The golden beds cradled them in comfort, turning their night of rest into a dreamlike comedy special, curated by the eccentric trio of Eldoria. The echoes of laughter lingered in the room, fading into the night as the trio embraced the warmth of their beds, ready to embark on another day of unexpected hilarity when the sun rose. The trio's night of rest became a whimsical journey through laughter and stories, setting the stage for the next chapter in their uproarious adventure. The night in Eldoria was not as tranquil as one might expect, especially when Lorenzo, known for his knack for chaos, decided to unleash a symphony of peculiar noises in the middle of the night. As the sounds reverberated through the golden halls of their extravagant abode, Alex and Johnathan found themselves rudely awakened from their deep slumber.
Is there a stampede of flamingos in here?
Alex mumbled, his eyes half open, still in the realm of dreamland. Johnathan, rubbing his eyes, joined in with his signature wit.
Nah, it's just Lorenzo practicing his one-man band skills. What's the occasion, maestro?
Lorenzo, with a mischievous grin, revealed a collection of makeshift instruments he had crafted from household items: a pot as a drum, spoons as drumsticks, and a kazoo made from a comb and wax paper.
I was feeling a bit musical tonight, you know? Thought I'd give you both a private concert. Tickets are free, by the way.
Lorenzo declared, punctuating his statement with an exaggerated bow. The room, now filled with an eclectic mix of clanging pots and buzzing kazoos, became the stage for Lorenzo's impromptu midnight performance.
Oh, this is better than a flamboyance of flamingos, Alex. It's a cacophony of chaos.
Johnathan exclaimed, struggling to contain his laughter. With a twirl and a tap, Lorenzo continued his avant-garde symphony, undeterred by the bemused expressions on his friends' faces. Little did they know, this nocturnal cacophony was just the beginning of a night filled with absurd amusement. As Lorenzo's musical extravaganza reached its crescendo, Alex couldn't resist the temptation to join in. Grabbing a pair of wooden spoons, he started drumming on an imaginary set of pots, adding his unique rhythm to the chaotic melody. Johnathan, not to be outdone, picked up a comb and tried to mimic the kazoo's sounds with a series of comical buzzing noises. The room transformed into a whimsical orchestra of household items, laughter, and the occasional snort. The trio, now fully engaged in their peculiar midnight jam session, reveled in the absurdity of the moment. The golden walls of their room seemed to absorb the echoes of their laughter and music, creating an atmosphere of pure, unbridled joy. As the night unfolded with their makeshift concert, the trio found themselves bonding over the shared hilarity, turning a seemingly ordinary night into an extraordinary memory. The golden beds, witnesses to their midnight antics, cradled them once again as they eventually succumbed to laughter-induced exhaustion, eagerly anticipating what absurdities the next day in Eldoria would bring. The nocturnal escapade of laughter and music became a legendary tale in Eldoria, echoing through the golden halls and setting the stage for even more comedic chaos in the days to come. The next night in Eldoria was just as eventful, with Lorenzo once again unleashing his penchant for noise. As he orchestrated a symphony of bizarre sounds, the golden halls resonated with echoes of clatters and clangs. This time, however, the noise reached a crescendo that startled Alex awake, transforming his peaceful slumber into a chaotic awakening.
Ah, monstrosity! It's Viridium! Help!
Alex yelped, his eyes wide open in terror as he scanned the room for any signs of the supposed menace. Lorenzo, with a devilish grin, emerged from the shadows, holding a pot and a wooden spoon.
Scaredy cat, Alex? It's just me, Lorenzo, the maestro of midnight melodies. No need to summon Viridium. He's probably enjoying a cup of tea in the underworld.
Alex, still recovering from the fright, shot a glare at Lorenzo.
You call this music? More like a soundtrack for a horror movie.
Johnathan, seizing the opportunity to add his trademark humor to the situation, chimed in.
Well, Alex, you know why cats make terrible musicians? Because you can't trust them with sharp objects. Maybe you should join Lorenzo's band, the Clatter and the Clangs. I heard they're perfectly dreadful.
Lorenzo burst into laughter, holding the pot like a trophy.
A round of applause for Johnathan, the king of cat-themed puns. But seriously, Alex, it's all in genuine fun. No need to be afraid of a few harmless noises.
Alex, realizing the comedic nature of the situation, couldn't help but chuckle.
Fine, Mr. Maestro. Just keep your midnight melodies at a level where they won't wake up the entire city.
As the laughter subsided, the trio found themselves once again immersed in the whimsical charm of Eldoria's nights. Lorenzo, with his mischievous antics, had managed to turn a potentially scary moment into another episode of laughter and camaraderie. The golden walls of their room, witnesses to the nightly escapades, seemed to shimmer with amusement. And so, in the heart of Eldoria, amidst laughter and jest, the trio embraced the absurdity that had become an integral part of their extraordinary lives. The legend of Lorenzo's nocturnal symphonies continued to echo through Eldoria, each night bringing a new chapter of laughter and unexpected surprises. The city, bathed in golden glow, embraced the eccentricity of its inhabitants, making every moment a golden memory. In the quiet serenity of the local park, Johnathan found himself in an unexpected and dangerous confrontation with John and his friend Harry. The tranquil setting, usually a place for relaxation and fun, became the backdrop for a dramatic showdown. As Johnathan strolled through the park, enjoying the fresh air and peaceful ambience, he spotted John and Harry sitting on a bench. His heart sank as John spotted him and sneered.
Get over here, little brat.
Johnathan, feeling a surge of confidence and unwilling to back down, approached them.
Yeah, what do you want?
He asked, his voice steady. John stood up, puffing out his chest.
Harry. Let's fight.
He announced, as if it were a spectator sport. Johnathan, unfazed, replied coolly.
You don't want to fight me, Dumbo.
Without warning, John threw a punch, aiming for Johnathan's face. However, Johnathan swiftly dodged, and John's fist hit nothing but air.
Hey, Johnathan, are you ready to get beaten up?
Harry chimed in, joining the fray. But before Harry could land a punch, Johnathan struck back, landing a solid hit.
Ah, that actually hurt,
Winced Harry, surprised by Johnathan's strength. John, frustrated, shouted,
Oh, come on, just get your bat and start hitting him already.
John and Harry grabbed their bats and began swinging wildly at Johnathan. However, every time they struck, their bats broke upon impact, as if Johnathan were made of steel.
Go away, John, and never come back with your friend Harry.
Johnathan said firmly, standing his ground. Undeterred, John growled,
Harry, get your metal pole, and I'll hit him with that rusty chain over there.
Sure.
Harry agreed, both of them fetching their makeshift weapons. As they charged at Johnathan, the scene became almost comical. John swung the rusty chain, but Johnathan easily grabbed it and pulled John towards him, delivering a punch that sent John stumbling backward. Harry, seeing an opportunity